Now, a lot of people aren't really sure what restorative yoga is. So, restorative yoga, the whole purpose of it is to soothe the nervous system. A lot of people will talk about healing when they speak of restorative yoga and it being very gentle and very still. It can be one of the most challenging practices because it might feel like you're not doing anything, but you're taking rest and trying to relax so the body can heal. So you're not overriding as we often do um, in that in that sympathetic nervous system response. And instead, we can flip over into the parasympathetic, the more rest and digest, if you want to simplify it. So we prop a lot with restorative yoga. So that's kind of the main difference between it and a lot of other forms of yoga. What you do in Iyengar yoga and in Yin yoga, you see more props, but this is solely really to relax the nervous system. And we want excessive props. So for you to participate in this practice, you want lots of pillows. And I've got a little setup here and I'm going to back away so you can see. So first off, I only have one actual block. So I have the block on the highest height and I have the bolster. A body pillow if it's stiff might work along long ways like this. You could also have a bunch of stacks of pillows to make a ramp instead. Okay. Then I have an egg instead of a yoga block. I have this on its lowest height. You could have a yoga block on its lowest height or a really sturdy, encyclopedia, something like that, if you still have those lying around the house. Okay. And then I have laid out two pillows because we're going to open the legs and we want them to land on something. We're not looking for a deep stretch here. We want just it to be a subtle sensation. So we have padding for the outsides of the legs. We have support to bring the ground, lift the earth to us. Okay. And in restorative yoga, often in classes, you'll see shorter versions of restorative yoga. You won't often see kind of the full version where, 10 to 30 minutes possibly in a pose, depending on the type of pose. There's some poses we stay in longer, there's some we stay in shorter. So the pose we have today is with the legs wide or back along the bolster. If you do also have a blanket, you can cover yourself with a blanket or use something heavy on the feet. And I'll model that for you now. They even have an eye pillow, get really fancy. So lie back, lower spine on the bolster here. Let the legs be wide and come onto the pillows. And you could nudge them a little further or closer toward your hip, your outside of your hips to give you a little more support. Fold the pillows, do what you need to here. With the soles of feet together, you could take a pillow blanket just to weigh down the feet and place it on them. And then from here, if you have something to darken the space with, you want to put a blanket over your eyes. If you have something you can cover your eyes or darken the room. We want this in order to relax the nervous system. So make yourself comfortable because we'll be here for at least 10 minutes. I might keep you here longer. And the arms can open. So this is kind of the basic position with all these props. If it's still too much to have the arms at your sides like this, they can even be on pillows. And that gives us that sense of comfort and safety, which is what we're after here. So maintain your pose as you breathe softly. If your hair is in the way, be sure to get any buns out of the way, ponytails. And instead of regulating the breath, as we often do in yoga with the active pranayama, just allow the breath to be. Notice if there's resistance on the part of the mind to being still. Allowing deep rest. Nothing needs to happen here other than you noticing your experience. And any places of tension in the body. Allow the subtle breath to soften. Your whole being. Melt away any tension. For this nervous system reset. As the mind wanders, sense the places of ease in the body. You become heavier. With the arms be cradled by the floor. Weighted arms. Allow shoulders to drop back and widen across the clavicles, with more space to breathe. The back supported. Allow it to heavy. And the outer thighs be cradled by the pillows. The feet in union, creating a circuit between the left and right leg. Connection. Soles of the feet united. Just like both halves of the pelvis create a bowl. It's like you've created a bowl with your legs. Match the pelvic bowl. And as you breathe, sense the belly. Gently rise, balloon outward, and fall. Let it rise and fall. Watch it for a time. Watch the rise and the fall. The ebb and flow within. does this ebb and flow extend up into the ribs and down to the belly, up into the ribs and down to the belly. Where can you feel the breath beyond the belly? Sense the breath in the throat. It flows effortlessly in and out. From the throat to the nostrils, in, out. Feel the coolness of the breath as it enters the nostril, and the warmth of the exhale. Coolness, inhale. Warmth, exhale. Sense the inside of the mouth. The roof of the mouth. The lips. Let them soften. The cheeks. Relax. The eyelids heavy. The darkness comforting. Cooling. As you observe yourself here, relaxed. The brow smooths. And the back of the neck lengthens. and the skull supported. Sense yourself here, now, cradled, safe. If the mind starts to become active, or is anything triggering there, come back to the breath and notice the pause at the top and or bottom of the breath, where you are still, just being. From here, sense the points of contact with the earth and or bolsters. And start to wiggle the finger. And if you have something covering the eyes, you might bring it to the forehead and cover your eyes with your hands. We have the eyes cupped here. You can spread the fingers to slowly let some light in. You might open the eyes and look through the fingers. Slide the fingers from your eyes. They might close again. And just massage the temples with the tips of your fingers or pads of your fingers if you have long nails. Open and close the jaw a few times. Take the fingers to the ears. Maybe rub them up and down. Release the hands back to the earth. If you have something like a blanket, pillow, a weight on the feet, try removing it. Close the legs with help of the hands. Pause again. Shift one pillow out of the way so that the legs can come to the side and support yourself down to the earth. Press yourself up with your top hand and remove your ramp. You might keep a little bit of elevation if you so choose. And lay on the back. Pillows or bolster could be underneath the backs of the thighs or knees. You might take a blanket and cover the body. Normally in restorative, Savasana is quite long. We'll keep this just a few minutes here. Take your time. Start to guide the breath in and out of the lungs. Reestablish yourself in your body. And wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll wrists and ankles. Reverse. If it serves, you might take those arms overhead for a nice stretch. As if first waking up in the morning, we're gonna yawn and let it become real. Ah, and hug the knees in. Rock side to side. Come onto one side. Take some breath. And then come up to seated. Maybe on one of those pillows to keep ease in the lower back. Roll the shoulders. And drop the chin. And take the head over to one side. Look the opposite way. Eyes open or closed. Vagus nerve release. So we pause here. And take the head to the other side. Eyes opposite way. And return the head to center, chin drops. And bring the gaze back up. Arms can reach overhead. And bring your hands through to heart center. Thank you for joining me for this practice. As restorative can be one of the most challenging. Again, to be still, so give yourself some credit. But through this type of practice, it's another way we can soothe the nervous system. And really, that's the primary intention of restorative. There are many ways to get there. Sometimes stillness, we're not ready for it because our nervous system needs movement, needs to flush first. But for many, this can be a great practice with time, knowing that sometimes the mind will be really active and other times you'll find that presence. And just keep coming back to this practice and others like it. Satnam. you liked that sequence or pose. That was more akin to restorative, the way you see it practiced in studios. I will be running a restorative live free class the first Sunday of June. I forget exactly what day that is, but the first Sunday in June at 8 a.m. So a nice soothing way to start off a Sunday. The link to be able to sign up for the class is on the homepage of the channel. It's the first link because there's 3 links. The first one is the schedule that I have, and then the other 2 are for my in-studio classes. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. And if you liked this, let me know because I can do more videos like this. I haven't done too many yet, but I await your feedback. Take care, and we'll see you next time.